Ahoy, hoy. Oh my god, what are you doing? Why are you bringing a full tea set down here?
So that we have something to whet our whistles.
You get water?
Nah. This is good for our throats.
This is the most...
Oh yeah, we're doing it in celebration of Alan Rickman. Come on, he's British.
Yeah.
He's British.
He's British! Woo! Kevin McDonald, the perfect person to deliver a line like that. Alex, I'm good on tea.
Oh, then we have enough cups. Yay.
When I click on a thing with the I Love Lucy desktop, it has Lucy going, oh, what's this?
I wonder what happens when I suck this.
It's a famous line that Garfield says in one of his.
It's not a famous
He's
line,
holding like a
however,
vacuum
it's
cleaner.
my famous line. Here, we can have this as the background.
Absolutely not. Why would you do that? You need to turn off your monitor because I'm gonna be fully distracted by seeing that
At least
bullshit
have
behind
Sigourney
you.
Weaver from Aliens up there.
No.
Or we could just have her from Galaxy Quest up there.
There is that.
God, Sigourney Weaver is so fucking hot. Like it's insane.
And see, I hate to be that person because the movie was just making a point of how, like, you know, female actresses are entirely based on, like, oh man, she had such great tits, she was so hot. But she is!
Yes, she's immensely attractive. One of her most memorable moments in the original Alien is the very end part where she's in just her panties and like a fucking white tee.
Listen, the thing to remember is she's an incredibly talented actress with great tits.
Do you mean,
Yes.
are you talking about Sigourney Weaver, star of the Avatar movies?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Yes,
No more,
unfortunately, yes.
no more whammy tuck tuck.
Yeah.
No more whammy
Pour your tea before we get started on this, unless
Okay,
is it still needing to...
No, it's probably, I mean,
Yeah.
this is
Jay,
like
hey
2
Jay,
minutes.
do you need me to send you stock
Get ready
pouring sounds?
Get ready for the Wife City Productions.
I think it's going to get picked up by the microphone.
TASMR stream.
I hate this bit.
I'm pouring you a
What is
delectable
this
cup of tea.
What is this tea here?
You know what it is. You were the
Oh, it's
blend.
it's one of my blends.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
One
I'm
of
the
my
blend?
one of my custom blends.
What? What are you talking about?
It's one of my custom
Oh,
blends.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to keep everyone in check as the person who's probably going to have the least to say about this movie, I feel.
Oh, burning hand. Okay, I got it. There we go.
Keep everyone locked in,
Good for the throat.
focused.
Alrighty.
Oh my gosh. Bree coming to the podcast with a full tea set.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
not quite enough cups for everyone.
Over carpet.
You said you didn't want it.
Yeah, you have tea over carpet and you are tilting your cup towards pouring it over.
I'm being very careful.
You were not being very careful in
I'm
that
currently
moment.
being very careful. Our dear guest, who will be introduced in a moment, brought us some tea, and I was like, you know
Yeah, in
what?
a moment, in probably like 10 minutes when we get to introductions.
We're not very professional here.
No.
Sundry, our illustrious and important guest.
AKA our friend.
Yeah.
I guess soon to be co-host of a podcast.
Which, yeah, we don't know when or if that will ever be done, but likely be done, just don't know when.
It'll be a very different topic, but
Stay
it's a
tuned.
podcast nonetheless.
Will it be a very different topic, considering the status of everyone here?
I mean, yes and no.
I feel like my art is more than the sum of my medicinal background.
Well, you were part of the experiment.
That is fair.
Are you saying your podcasting is your art?
It's part of it. Everything is art. You are an artist.
That is true. Everything
Yeah.
is art.
It's like pouring gasoline on a flame.
He's British.
Well, I don't know. I mean, me playing Sonic Unleashed with the steamed hands has been
But
compared to
that
performance
is-
art.
I would make an argument that the stuff that you do in terms of modding does border on performance art. Really, all streaming is performance art in one way or another. It's just the relative quality of the performance art.
Yeah, for me, it's
That's right,
like
Pretzel Pete famous lost game.
Oh my fucking god.
For me, it was I particularly made my model, so it's the marriage of my art and my ability to tweak it into a 3-dimensional space with 2D.
Congrats on marrying yourself.
Sundry,
listen, I'm really
Sundry,
hot.
I'm really glad that you're here because you're going to be like the perfect litmus test on relatability for any reference that Bridget just randomly throws out there, expecting people to get. Anytime she says something and you don't understand it, please call her out on it.
The funny thing is, despite
Most things.
What's that?
the
That's gonna be most things.
Yeah, I know. I think it's going to be a funny bit.
Despite
I
the
don't think we
digital
brought
art.
enough tea for that.
No, we didn't. Despite the digital art that went into it, there's also just like all the modding and the rigging and everything. However, all of that comes down to, at the end of the day, puppeteering, which is still an art.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Yes.
And I love what I do. It's artistic.
It's like tiny puppets in 4DX.
I don't know what that is.
I think she's referencing Thunderbolt Fantasy.
No, I'm referencing Fuppets.
I don't know what Fuppets is. You saying Fuppets means nothing.
A lot of this is going to be...
Sundry, you signed up for this. You chose to be on this podcast.
I chose to watch the movie with y'all.
It's my
just
fault.
my
I
penance.
offered. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sundry, but you're actually going to experience what it's like being with...
Being in a conversation with Bridget.
Fun with friends. What do we do on this podcast again, Jay?
I
don't know.
I think we sit around in a circle.
I think last time we
in
podcast was 2 years ago.
in a nice, lovely circle provided by our guest.
Yeah, we have a new tape.
A literal round table.
Yeah.
We gather around.
We're all closer to the mic and not separated by a floppy, loud fucking card table anymore.
I mean, I am grateful you
No,
all
listen.
took my junk, so...
But listen, that was the table
Including
we
the
had,
chairs.
and it was great for that. But now
Yeah.
we've upgraded. That's
Yeah,
okay.
we
You
have
know.
upgraded to a better podcasting table that is nice hard wood, so anytime we set a teacup down on it, it's just
No, yeah.
gonna get nice and picked up.
Listen to that quality. Just like
I'm sitting.
Oh.
I want you to know I'm sitting way back here because I don't want to kick this table with a bunch of teacups on it.
Well,
I
it's got
think-
metal legs. You're totally...
Yeah, I think
it'll hurt you worse than the table.
Let's not test.
Oh god, yeah, the last thing we need is one of us to accidentally
Just, like,
slightly
pull
tilt
and
it
then-
and
yeah.
send tea all over the carpet.
oh yeah, we'll be careful.
Blodly views connected by cast or crew, deciding the next film, that's the gist. Put it on the list.
Anyways, hi everyone, and welcome to Put It On The List,
Hey!
the queer film club where every couple of weeks, or in this case, every other month or so, we gather together to watch a movie of one of our choosings as the dog upstairs barks about something.
We all love
and
that.
then we discuss that movie, and the next person in the rotation picks their next film based on a connection from either cast or crew. Bisky, last time on Put It On The List, you were also barking upstairs, but most importantly, Bridget?
Bridget, yeah. it
Bridget,
was
you
Bridget.
had us watch... I've already forgotten what you had us watch.
Guillermo del Toro.
This
Oh,
Frankenstein. It's been
Right.
so long. Thank you.
A movie that does not contain a duck or a monkey.
I'm gonna see if the dog needs to go out back.
I
Might need to.
sure.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'll be right back. Pardon.
Alright, we're vamping some more.
Yeah, we're continuing to vamp.
Yeah. Speaking of Bisky, our fifth podcast host, we're mourning the loss of our other fifth podcast host, the big man
The big man
upstairs.
upstairs.
Literal big man upstairs, quite legitimately. Rest in peace, Iggy.
Yes,
you're
rest in peace,
a good
He's a
cat.
very good cat.
Yes.
Some of you may remember when he caused like a big chunk of one episode to not be recorded. We had to deal with that.
It actually wasn't that big of a chunk. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I guess it was. I noticed it pretty quickly.
Yes, you caught it quick enough that it wasn't that big of an issue.
But he would regularly just like get up on the microphone and just sit
Back.
next to it.
Bat his tail against it, purr into it, occasionally get on the keyboard and press the stop recording button.
His presence will be missed.
Yes.
Not from a production perspective, but just from like a cultural perspective.
Not even just a cultural perspective, but an interpersonal perspective.
Yes, that's true.
He may have been a cat, but he is a person in our hearts.
Yes, absolutely. Woman.
Mother!
Yeah, something about how he was the last few months is just like whenever it was late enough in the evening and he was ready for bedtime, he was ready for me to come to bed and to cuddle with him and for him to have his dinner, he would just start screaming from inside my bedroom.
Yes.
And so we'd just be sitting there.
Sitting on the couch watching Iron Chef, and we would just hear, and we characterized it as him being like, Mother, please, you cannot approach from this angle. I'm lonely. That is not how you rejoin the recording. Please don't bump against the teacups as you just did.
So,
Here's what I suggest we maybe do. How about we at least move this over here?
That's a good idea.
Because that's going to be the thing that makes me have a goddamn conniption, is that thing.
Teapot.
Anyway, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Ziggy. We love you.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Last time we joined together on this podcast, I didn't even introduce all the members of the podcast first. First person in the rotation, introduce yourself.
If Bridget.
The person I'm pointing at. The person I just animatedly motioned
Not
at.
subtle.
Second person.
I'm Evie.
Third person.
I'm Bree.
And I'm Jay, but I'm not last this time because we're joined today by a special guest, our dear friend, Sundry.
Hi there.
She's here as a ritualistic punishment for wanting to join us to watch Evie's choice this week, Galaxy Quest, 1999's Galaxy Quest.
What a ride this has been.
It was a very fun movie, I do gotta say. It's just a general summary, but as is per the usual, we don't just jump into discussing the movie as
We talk about some bullshit for a while.
People are here for the bullshit.
We
They don't
do
care
talk
what we
about
watch.
some bullshit for
That
a
wasn't
while.
the plan.
Bridget, you been up to anything lately?
Well, besides going back to Florida and then back here.
The main
which is
reason
the
there was
main
such a
reason
delay.
why There's
Yeah.
been delays in the podcast, but hopefully we're okay.
Yeah,
At
we
least
should
a
be
little
back in full motion. We're gonna be doing every weekend now to catch up with all the time we've been losing.
Everyone's going to be here for a while until, let's say, the end of April.
No, until some point in March, actually.
Oh, okay. Shit.
I mean, she's not going to be gone as long that time.
Like in March, aka a day, the last day of March. but
Yeah.
whatever.
Anyways, that's not important. Bridget, aside from all that, what have you been up to?
We got the animes, watching that Freyren, watching that Fate, Strange Fake.
Honestly,
America Proud.
Honestly, out of everything we've been watching anime-wise, Fate Strange Fake is probably the thing that I feel like I have the most to
I'm
talk
surprised
about.
at how fun it is.
I mean, I'm
As someone who is not well versed in the Fate stuff.
I mean, the reason why it's so fun is because it's written by the Bakano guy.
Oh, that'll do it.
That's the thing that is putting that one above like most Fate properties, because you watch it and you can actually feel like the character in every single person that's on screen.
I think my favorite thing about the show is watching it with you, and the opening starts and the American flag waves, and you
It's so
start
fun
laughing.
because the opening sequence of the show, Sundry, is literally like the first thing you see is like an American flag like waving in the wind
And it
let you know
It takes
this
place
show
in
takes.
Nevada.
It basically takes place in Las Vegas, more or less. It's not Vegas, but it's Vegas.
Honestly, the only time in real life that I've ever been elated to see the American flag was when I had my passport stolen in Greece and I needed to get home. I went to the embassy and I'm like, thank you, I can go home now.
God bless the United States.
That's right. Gonna summon Charlie Chaplin, my favorite.
Oh, God. I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much because it's not even done yet. I feel like I need to wait until that show is over before I fully formulated thoughts on
But
it.
the inclusion of just like, American folk, or just not even folk, just like just Americana into the Fate fabric of stuff is so strange.
It's strange, but I feel like it works perfectly for Fate as a thing, especially with how much like America as a country like kind of
Likes
like
to make
props up
myths about itself.
Yes, exactly. So like it kind of, the Bakano guy was right to like cook and be like, no, you gotta set this in America because this is their entire fucking shtick.
Yeah.
And also proxy wars, that's their entire fucking shtick.
Yeah, proxy war.
It's like,
And also Amelia Earhart is there.
or that's probably Amelia
That is probably
Earhart.
Amelia Earhart.
I feel like that was
I
probably
can't think
supposed
of
to be
who else
her.
it could be.
Who?
One of
Do
the
you remember
Watchers'
the-
shadows.
Yeah.
Oh, right, those... Yeah, they
The lady with the big cool hair and the goggles.
Yeah, I saw the goggles and I was like, that's probably
Well, I
supposed
was
to be
actually
Amelia Earhart.
wondering if, like, the captain guy, like, the one
Okay.
here is Captain
I'm-
Ahab.
That's-
I'm realizing a very specific detail that we've probably missed here. Sundry, how familiar are you with the Fate Stay Night series at all as a concept?
Not at all.
Oh, we can't do this right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, let's do it right now.
Okay, so here's...
I mean, there are fake
Movie
movies.
podcast,
Okay,
everyone.
There's fake
honestly-
movies you could pick.
Honestly, it's kind of... It's
That's all it was picked.
It's relatively easy to explain what
My
the premise...
penance.
It's relatively easy to explain the premise behind Fate Stay Night.
Magic Fortnite for the Holy Grail.
Yes, and literally the characters that they are summoning for Fortnite are various mythological or historical
Fate
figures.
series is very similar regardless of which one you look at.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's all, various characters controlling those historical mythological things to get the Holy Grail, because it'll literally, as the Holy Grail is supposed to do, grant your wish.
So it's the
Of some
Monty
kind.
Python movie and anime. Got
No, absolutely not.
No, they
Yeah,
just all get
basically.
arrested because they ran out of money to shoot
Oh,
the film.
all right.
Anyways, we're talking about a different series centered in that universe.
Gotcha.
This one just happens to take place in America.
Yes.
Why I can say I'm following, but I've never seen it, so
Okay.
that's why it's like, oh, okay, it's spoilers, but whatever.
It's not. We didn't really get into that much of
Yeah.
spoilers on things. Anyways, the show's good. It's a really good show. It's really fun. It's directed by first-time directors whose like primary credits are all like key animation for like action sequences and stuff like that. So like
You can
can
definitely
see.
tell in the action.
Yes, because you see the action sequences in this show and you're like, this is made by fucking people who just animate.
We
One
want
of
to
the
put
first-
some sick shit on this.
Oh, yeah.
One of the first episodes contains a priest fighting a vampire, and the priest has a mechanical arm that shoots out and also can just shoot a missile out of it.
Oh, it's so cool.
does
It's
sound
so
pretty
fucking
sick.
cool. Anyways, so Freyren, Fate Strange Fake. Technically, we're watching Trigun, but we haven't really been
We haven't
keeping up
watched it in
on.
a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're only a couple
And,
episodes in.
I've been playing Hollow Knight.
How's Hollow Knight?
At first, I had a lot of problems with it. Now I'm a little bit more positive on it. Now that I feel like it should have awarded all the movement tech a little bit sooner.
I
That
agree.
helps a lot with traversing. that
Yeah.
game. But
Okay.
other than that, I got to play 10 frames per second strapped at.
When she was away in Florida, we would occasionally game together, but the only thing she had was like her work laptop, basically. So she was trying to play an FPS game on that.
Oh my.
It did not go well.
Yeah.
Bree, what have you been up to?
I recently updated my model and I've started VTubing again. Having
Yeah.
fun, being crazy, being an idiot on the internet. It's a lot of fun. But also, another thing we've all been watching together, at least we've been doing so before Bridget came back, was we were watching Japan Iron Chef.
Japanese Iron
Otherwise
Chef.
known as Fish Murder Simulator.
Otherwise
It's-
known as Iron Chef.
Yeah.
It's maybe one of the best like competitive cooking shows I think I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
It's really great.
Like it has its formula so fucking nailed down perfectly that regardless of how formulaic every single episode is, you're in it.
Yeah.
From the jump every
Also,
single
the
time.
judging is bullshit and the rules don't matter.
Well, yeah.
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 I will say, watching that just made me realize that, wow, nothing still can compare to this. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how good
Like, they
the
had it
presentation of
figured
that
out.
show is.
They had it down.
Like, literally, like, the first 5 minutes of every single episode is basically the same.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's all the same, but you are still invested in it to the point that, like, we were walking around the grocery store earlier and I was just, like, stimming to myself in public the, like, if memory serves me right. Like, the narration that the Chairman Kaga does every single time. You just accidentally spilled tea on yourself.
Oh no, for sure.
Fukui-san.
Yeah.
Fukui-san?
The Iron Chef has just tasted what he was mixing with his hand. Then he put his hand back in the bowl and started mixing it again. You can't do that. It's disgusting. You know, it's great. I love it.
It's fantastic. That show is great.
Is it like a new series, or is it like the old?
No, the good old
series.
Yeah, the good old ones.
To the point that, like, there are occasional, like, very much, like, of the time, like, comments that people will make about, like, women and stuff like that in there, where I'm just like, yeah, this is the 90s. This is definitely the 90s where you could get away with saying some bullshit like this.
It was also, like, earlier on where, like, you know, a lot of the cuisine that has recently kind of popped off more there have not yet. So, like, whenever they're trying something like, you know, someone came who's, like, a master chef of, like, you know, of, like, more Hispanic food or more, like, kind of tropical food, they'll be like, I'm not used to what this tastes like. I don't like it. It's like, isn't this about finding new cuisine and shit? Open your mind.
I mean, it's about that for Chairman Kaga. Everyone else is just like, I'm here to eat some delicious food.
I'm here to eat some delicious Japanese cuisine. What the fuck is this? Croissant. But yeah, it's like, you know, but it's really interesting to look back on and see that just this was the format that just got it right initially. Things have tried to do this and had diminishing returns each time.
Yeah. Sundry, have you been up to anything that you want to chat about for a quick minute?
I mean, outside of just going to work and doing my experiment, not much.
Talk about your experiment. You're an interesting person.
Oh, okay. Twist my arm, why don't you? So the podcast.
You have 2 minutes now.
The podcast that I'm going to be working on, and also the is going to be with my endocrinologist, which was the endocrinologist of a few people here. She's been helping me to just kind of dig into my transition over the last decade that I've been working with her. And realistically, we've gotten to the point where we've tried almost everything from a standard perspective of like trying to optimize breast growth. Because yay, you know, 9 years transition and still at a AA. Yay. That's where I was.
That's where I am.
But
I can't
we started looking. You're very lucky. Yeah, so right around July last year, we started looking into alternative things. I tried an experiment where I was doing some hormonal cycling, and that threw me for a loop. There's a higher hormone test outside of a standard blood test called the Dutch test, and that will actually look at all of your not only your hormones, but also your metabolites, so what your hormones break down into. And then that actually revealed that it's not the fact that I'm taking the hormones, I'm actually metabolizing it just well. It's my detox pathway that's completely borked. So we've spent the last 6, 7, almost 8 months. I'm still kind of fine-tuning my protocol of like figuring this stuff out. I'm seeing some returns on it, so it's working. It's just a matter of staying with it and also like seeing where it goes. I do have the potential of growing several inches, but it's just a matter of waiting to see if that actually comes to fruition and how well I stick to the protocol. So we're still refining it, we're still working on it, and that's what the podcast that we're working on is going to be about. Is like, all right, we got this nailed down, let's get this information out there so that people can realistically benefit from it.
Actually talking hormone science, like for real.
We are off the map from a hormone science perspective. When we started this, the conversation around do we give trans women more hormones or less hormones based on their metabolization, and how their levels go up or down, their general E2 levels. That is the highest point of the conversation. The idea of their detox pathways and how that could be interfering with the development was not even thought about. And then we are so far beyond that because now we're looking to epigenetics and nutrigenomics and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, real science shit.
Yes. Like,
And one
it's-
experiments.
Literal experiments. But that's fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting listen.
Well, hopefully we all see the results soon.
I'm sure you will. Evie,
Yes.
anything you've been up to lately that you want to chat about?
There hasn't been too much. I've been getting into Deadlock. That's been very fun.
Yeah,
That's
how's
a fun
Deadlock?
game.
That little gamer girl over there playing her Deadlock.
I'm just trying to have a good time over here.
I'm just glad everybody's having a good time.
Other than that, I haven't been doing too much.
You baked the most delicious brownies I ever had in
Oh
my
my
entire
God.
fucking life
I did
yesterday.
make some brownies for the house for Valentine's Day.
They were so fucking good, Evie.
I had my second one for breakfast this morning.
Basically, everyone besides Bree in this household had both of their allotted brownies, like, immediately upon them being ready. That's how good they were.
It was amazing.
It was so good. God damn. I haven't been up to too much, like watching the same stuff that Bridget is talking about. I've been finally playing through Silent Hill F is the thing that I did, and I finally rolled credits on that game for the first time, and I can't talk about it without spoiling the game, because the game is it is a recursion game, is the way that I would phrase it, where essentially you are seeing the same story multiple times, and each time you see it, more details about what's actually happening are being revealed to you.
Wow.
And I know some people have issues with that kind of storytelling method because it essentially forces you to play like the same game again. I love that shit. Like, especially if it's a game that I've like actually enjoyed, then it's an excuse for me to just play that game again and be like, oh yeah, let me hop on in and like go through that experience one more time. That game has a phenomenal atmosphere to it. It's my first time playing a horror game like fully immersed with like headphones on and everything.
Oh, nice.
And there have been multiple times where I would be in a sequence and someone else in the household will come down the stairs in the basement behind me, not trying to scare me, but just like literally call out to me and be like, Jay, and I will be like like jump scare myself in my own brain, and it's great. It's a great game. I highly suggest anyone that can withstand the trigger warnings that are laid out in the beginning of that game, and also can handle horror games in general, play that game, because it's great.
Yeah, jumping in because I forgot. Since the last time we recorded, I finished Unbeatable. I was about to say beat.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
That game is fantastic. It is like, it's very messy, but it is so like, I've not played a game, especially not a game that it has like production values like Unbeatable has, that is just so full of like heart and like love for people who make things, like because they feel like they have to make them, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just a great rhythm game on top of that. It's awesome.
And it's also a game that, from what I understand, very much meets the moment.
Yes.
Let's say that we are currently living in.
Yes. It is definitely of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I highly
It's
recommend.
definitely up the devil.
That's
a different game.
That's a different video game that's also apparently very good.
Yes.
But all that is not what we're here to talk about.
Hell no.
What we're here to talk about is 1999's Galaxy Quest at 32 minutes into this podcast.
Hey, we've done worse, yeah.
No, yeah, and like probably like a solid like 5 to 10 minutes of that was like literally I'm probably gonna actually cut most of that out.
Do we have any questions or like feedback from?
Oh yeah, I guess we do this time. We don't have much. It's all stuff from Owen.
We love Owen.
Owen is an Irish friend of ours who regularly sends in feedback to us. Usually, more often than not, it's just chastising me in some way or another.
Which is always funny.
It is always funny to bully me. It's as the top
When you
here.
put it that way.
As the top here, it only makes sense that everyone bullies me. So because
Can you
then I
explain
can
to
bring it
viewers
back.
at home what top means?
Are you assuming that I'm not a top?
Yes.
Wait, we have two tops. We can do a Beyblades thing.
Actually, I'm not assuming
right.
because we've had this discussion before.
Okay,
Also,
two
why
tops
is
on a new
the-
table. Beyblades. Let it rip. Let's
I'm
go.
just glad to buy something.
I'll keep this up.
Okay, there's the image. Okay. So
Hey,
firstly,
Moses was a Beyblade.
okay. First of all, you can send us feedback at putitonthelist.bsky.social, wifecitygaming@gmail.com. You can find us anywhere major podcasts are sold. You can find us on YouTube at Wife City Productions. putontheList.neocities.org.
Your
All these
iPod
places. Whatever you said, sure, that's probably the case. I don't know. Listen to us if you want to. Share us with your friends if you want to. Otherwise, I don't care. I'm just glad everyone's having a good time.
It's become our new favorite thing to
Gun to
say.
your head.
Yeah. Can you blame me?
No.
Listen to our most popular episode, the Uma Musume casting
Soon to air in theaters in the United States of America. Uma Musume, Pretty Derby, beginning of a new era.
We have been trying to see if we can see that in a theater.
It does not seem like we can.
Yeah, which is a shame.
Without driving out to Clackamas.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm curious if Hollywood Theater wouldn't put it on.
You think they would?
Really?
They played Redline, for Christ's sakes.
Well,
That's this is
I can't get into the
movie
minutia.
distributors
Yeah.
or
This is like a new movie. A lot of anime movies that are newer tend to
our
be like
Fathom.
Fathom event, limited run things.
I see.
Anyways,
Bullshit Regal.
Yeah.
yes. Our first email comes from Owen, who says, "You didn't look for feedback for Frankenstein, so here's my belated view of Del Toro's movie." And it appears to be a Discord exchange between one person called Bowel Explosion, who says, "James, change your username right fucking now." And James apparently has his asks why, despite his username saying conventionally attractive corpse. And then
Great username, huh?
That is.
and then also, for some reason, Owen has an MP3 of Frank Sinatra's "Come Fly Away With Me" attached to this email. Don't know why.
Owen always makes the most of the email format.
He does.
Truly, he uses every part of the horse that he can.
Yeah.
Now, let me see if I can find the one post on Blue Sky that we had a response on. Which, Owen, again, thank you, Owen, for
Hey,
sending
it's
us a
on.
question, poses a fuck, marry, kill for us.
Oh, great.
Tim Allen from Galaxy Quest. Tim Allen from Home Improvement. And Tim Allen, the human being.
If we kill Tim Allen, the human being, we don't have to deal with any of the other ones.
No, these are like quantumly isolated incursions.
Okay.
They're
of-
cross
Multiverse.
timelines of Tim.
Yeah.
He in the movie can at least lead.
Here's the easy part. I feel like we just get rid of Tim Allen, the human being.
Oh, yes.
I do
100%.
think,
100%.
regardless of it impacting the other
that's a
Tim
walk-on
Allens,
kill.
you just get rid of him. Now, fucking Home Improvement Tim Allen or Galaxy Quest Tim Allen? Really, the question is, which one would you rather marry? Because I would not be able to stand spending more than half an hour with that Home Improvement.
The Home Improvement Tim Allen, because that Home Improvement Tim Allen does not improve
Yeah.
in any sort of way. He has
Exactly.
zero character.
And he knows his
Yeah.
way around fucking, I believe, if I've absorbed the pop culture references to it, which are the entirety of my
Also,
knowledge on it
here-
correctly.
Here's the thing that never gets talked about in a fuck, marry, kill. They don't specify how long the session has to be. You could just give him like a handy and be out
Whoa,
of
whoa,
there.
whoa, 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 whoa. Who says I'm giving him a handy? I'm hitting him from the back for 2 seconds and then...
Listen, but because here's the thing, you know, regardless of which route that you're going on, be it giving him a handy, giving him a blowy, hitting it from the back, letting him hit it from the back, he's going to make the grunt.
Yeah.
He is. He's going to do the Tim Allen grunt.
Wait.
What?
Is this with the concept that during sex he's still going to make the
Yes,
trade?
He's going to do that. Then the point.
I don't think Homer goes dough when you fuck him.
Bridget, here is the argument.
There's been several episodes where that has happened.
Yeah.
Well, never
Bridget,
mind.
here is the thing that I was going to say before you interrupted me, is you can engage with sex for like a few seconds and then he makes that grunt and then you have a perfectly reasonable excuse to be like, I gotta go.
Yeah, if we're
I
talking,
can't be here anymore.
If we're talking like proper consensual sex at any time, you can call it quits from either end. No, this is not something that has to go on for an entire afternoon of romantic kissing.
This is consensual sex, but it's contractually obligated.
Consensual, contractual.
You had a thought.
Yes.
This isn't like, was it, God, I'm blanking on the name. A Black Mirror episode where he has to screw the pig, right?
To
completion.
Yeah, that's essentially the argument that I'm making, is like you can like just get in there, give him a handy, and as soon as you hear the you can be like, okay, I'm done.
I have an answer. I wouldn't marry the Galaxy Quest version of Tim Allen.
I think that's the answer we've all reached.
I have two reasons. I have two specific reasons. One of which is, of course, he has the capability to change and like learn and become a better person.
Sure.
The other one is he's done in that universe. He's done something important for the universe of any value. So like that for me has got to be it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone here has arguments to the contrary, although Sundry is really trying hard to think about it.
Honestly, I'm only thinking of this for one reason in particular.
Yeah.
The Tim Allen show, I consider him to be less likely to have signed a prenup.
So you're saying you are
And it
going...
doesn't have to last long.
Yeah.
But how much... Here's the thing. You can sign a prenup with someone and they could still skip on their payments. Consider, he could be a really piece of shit divorcee to deal with. As someone who had a dad that was a piece of shit to deal with as a divorcee, I don't know that
fair.
Tim Allen would...
That guy's absolutely skimping on a child.
Yeah, 100%. So
That's my only argument, though, because the other way is like, okay, yeah, there is character growth, there is all that stuff, but he was also just like a complete sleazebag.
Yeah, he is still a piece of shit.
I mean, that's just...
He
what you're
kills a
getting.
guy live on stage in front of people.
To be honest, his character was supposed to be like a reflection of William Shatner.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And actually, like the whole bathroom scene is a complete reflection of an experience that William Shatner actually had, and then also blowing up on fans immediately afterwards is something that was documented.
Sure.
So it really is just, would you want to marry William Shatner? Which I don't think anyone on
Yeah, but this is like comparing apples to oranges. You want the real hard part. It's like which you have to pick 3 Shatners and 3 Tim Allens.
However, I will say, I also feel that William Shatner is probably likely to not sign a prenup. So I think you probably make out better in the divorce situation from William Shatner.
Honestly, picking Tim Allen...
Not somehow. Somehow.
Picking Tim Allen to be William Shatner is a stroke of genius, because in reality, they're close enough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's something poetic
Anyway,
about
I
that.
think we're at the point now where we're basically just talking about the movie.
Oh,
I went to a convention for work a couple years ago, and William Shatner was there, and like one of the posters that they had to advertise his speaking engagement was just like it listed all the things that he styles himself as. It includes like equestrian, musician, of course, philanthropist, entrepreneur, like all that sort of stuff. I ended up not seeing him speak because I had other shit to do with my time.
Yeah.
You saw that and were like,
I've never seen William Shatner. However, my mom met Leonard Nimoy's wife accidentally on the Disney ship.
I love the term accidentally met this guy's wife.
Well, no, she was just sitting down at like one of the places and was having friendly conversation with this woman.
that's not really accidentally. That's
Leonard Nimoy
still
fucking shows up. And
That's
it's like-
coincidentally.
Yeah, that's coincidentally. That's not accidentally.
I guess that's true. In the meantime, I didn't get to see it because I was violently vomiting outside. Because of the stomach.
I see.
Nice.
Anyways, Evie,
Yes.
you had us watch Galaxy
I
Quest.
did
said
have
this
a
was the
podcast.
What is
90s
Galaxy
when he was
Quest
still
about?
alive.
What?
When he was still alive.
No, yeah, I can't imagine that they wheeled Leonard Nimoy's corpse onto the Disney cruise to hang out with everyone.
If they did, I didn't think that was disrespectful.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They
I've seen that
embalmed
whole
him and
Disney
carried him
ad.
around like Bernie. Like Weekend at Bernie's.
Please focus.
Absolutely not. I have nothing to say about this movie.
Okay, so yeah, I picked Galaxy Quest mostly just because I thought it would be just like a fun thing, and when we were picking the movie, like it was just times were bad.
Yeah.
Times continue to be bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I had actually not really seen this movie.
Yeah.
I watched like most of it on cable years and years and years ago, which is why I'm glad that Sundri is here as someone who knows a lot about this movie.
Yes.
As someone who the hardest movies to talk about are comedies,
Yeah.
usually because, especially when they're a good comedy, all you're gonna end up doing is just being like, remember that bit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was funny.
That was a good fucking bit in there. And like, I don't have much to add to the conversation because of that. The only thing that really struck me in this movie is how obviously this is a movie, so I guess give us before I talk about
Yeah, we
my
haven't
thing,
had a synopsis yet.
Yeah, what's a cursory
So Galaxy
summary of
Quest
Galaxy
is
Quest?
about how the fuck do you explain this movie? It's like
It's like Martian successor Nadesco.
God, not this
Good,
again.
something everyone knows. Great.
okay.
A lot of people know that show. What are you talking
a
about?
lot of people do actually know
So the
Martian
film Galaxy
successor
Quest is
Nadesco.
named after the in-film show Galaxy Quest, which was a Star Trek kind of movie.
It was Star Trek.
It was
Yeah.
basically Star Trek.
It's a Star Trek parody.
Yeah, it's a parody of Star Trek, and so the
The cast of the fictional Galaxy Quest are in the same spot that the cast of the original Star Trek were basically
because there were
post
some
that.
there were some aliens that thought the TV was real, and so they modeled their society around it. Then brought the cast of Galaxy Quest to help them, survive genocide. essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shenanigans ensue.
Yes.
Hijinks.
And, I think for me, the part that struck me the most with this movie is how the pop cultural monolith of, like, nerd culture is basically just everything now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that was the thing that struck me the most.
Yeah,
was
this is back when like fan con stuff were like a quaint, weird thing, and not just like a dominant mode of cultural
Yeah.
This
yes.
is before Comic-Con blew up.
Yeah,
Yes,
this takes me
yes.
back to like the small sci-fi cons I would attend with my family, like when I was a child, like the good old crusty ones.
like it's interesting to take this movie in that specific like time frame because it feels to me a lot more optimistic about nerd culture and things of that nature versus where we actually ended up, because essentially what the gist of the movie ends up being is that, like, we look at the fandom that builds around, various pop culture things, and, the mainstream looks at it as like, look at these fucking pathetic dweebs and all their bullshit. Like, we're so much better than them. And then over the course of the movie, you run into people that did actually model themselves and their culture after this fictional thing, and they are like people that are like seeking out peace. They're people trying to like escape genocide and shit like that, and you know, they are able to achieve that as a result of believing in this fiction and the actors acting it out. However, it's where we are now.
I mean, it's a great movie. That's a never meet your heroes type of thing.
Yes, totally.
But it's also like...
It's also an isekai.
Yeah. What was that?
Just like The Incredibles.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
it's also an isekai because he's basically ripped into a world where he's like, man, I wish I was actually, let me speak. I wish I was actually like a fucking captain. If only I was actually as important as I got to be in this show. And suddenly now they're living the reality that they were.
So first we have to explain what an isekai is.
Yes.
So Sundry, in anime, there's the concept.
I know what an isekai is.
Okay. Well, I guess in this case it's for whatever listeners are listening to us that don't know what an isekai is. There's a particular kind of Japanese animated series about, you know, a person.
An audience member that doesn't know that.
I'm just, you know, it's just good to be.
Well, you see, back in the day,
That's
isekais
true.
were primarily for shoujo and girl audiences, where a girl would be transported
Magic
to a
girl.
fantasy.
That's what's happening here. These are normal actors. These are just
space.
Did you not see the scene where they are screaming because a bunch of aliens came up with them with a bunch of prodding tools?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if it's space or not. It's still isekai.
When I get abducted by an alien ship, that's not isekai. That's being abducted.
No, that's being saved.
From an ethos standpoint, it is effectively an isekai.
Yeah.
You are going through the same thing of, you know, being ripped out of
one universe into a reality where you're a
find-
space hero.
I need to find that meme image where it says chaotic isekai.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the exact thing I was going to fucking talk about.
You were on the chaotic isekai where it's like
Because it's
being
true.
in a different land counts as being an isekai.
It's effectively an isekai. Like, spiritually, it is of the same
You
thing.
were ripped into a
But it's
different
not.
reality wherein you are actually the important person who needs to
is
find
not-
your way around this
I
new
love how this has been
situation.
your movie, and you're just like, I'm happy to be here.
I was thinking about the thing we were talking about. And I was just gonna like let this play out while I was thinking about what I was gonna say about
Everyone listening to this in a place where you can comment below at whether or not this is an isekai.
This is absolutely an isekai.
It's an isekai.
It's
an
It's
isekai.
just because it's not like high fantasy world you're being tossed into doesn't mean it's an.
It is high fantasy world though. It's a fucking
I'm saying it is. I'm
Yeah,
agreeing.
I'm agreeing.
Superman goes
I
to
know.
Krypton to Earth. Is that an isekai?
No, because
Is Goku
He
an
was
isekai?
already a space captain.
No, that okay. There's
story
There's
takes
actually
entirely takes place on Earth.
Yeah.
Like, the entirety of the story takes place on Earth. It doesn't start on Planet Vegeta, or it doesn't start on Krypton. It starts on Earth.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
it goes to
it's-
Planet Vagina, and then it does the other stuff.
like
you know?
this is absolutely an isekai movie,
Yes.
Bridget. Anyways, Evie, I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
going back to the notion of just like how like optimistic it is about
Fan culture.
fan culture
Yeah.
and just like overall like the effect that, you know, sci-fi stories like Star Trek have on like our
Brain
society.
chemistry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where it's just like the antagonist movie is just like he's just like, you know, your garden variety space fascist
Yeah.
who is just like who basically is just like it's all power, that's all that matters. Everyone go fuck it. All of you little people can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And
You all deserve to die, and I'm going to help that happen.
yeah, it's just like, and there's a point in the movie where like it's revealed that the aliens who like they're Thermians. Is what
Yeah,
they're called.
Yeah.
Like they
termites.
basically don't understand the concept of fiction. It just
Yes.
doesn't exist for them.
Yeah.
Those poor people.
Yeah, where they're just like, they think the Gilligan Island was real.
Oh my god.
This alignment card, Space Jam is an isekai.
Space Jam is an isekai.
Airbender is an isekai. Cory in the House is an isekai.
That's not true.
We'll get back to my point in a minute.
Yeah.
Space Jam is an isekai because that happens inside the Earth.
But you're
new
getting
world.
transported to a cartoon world. It's
Yeah.
an isekai. Anyways, Evie, continue.
Anyway, so yeah, like there's a point like where these people are treated as like they're fools for like adopting this like as their like
As their culture.
Yeah, as their culture. And it's like it's hard to be like I do think it's kind of like there's something there where like that compared to nearly 30 years later where just like we got defense contractors like named after just like ancillary items from the Lord of the Rings. Like
Palantir.
yeah, Palantir, your Andorils, all that kind of shit. It's just like like people who adopted that as their culture and it just like it's gone bad.
Yeah.
But then you do also have... Basically, it just speaks to, the variety of the human condition, because you have that, but then you also have, like, how, like, the straw hat flag has, like, in real life started becoming, like, a symbol of revolution.
Yeah.
Like, in other countries. And even when we went to that one protest, someone had, like, a straw hat flag that they were waving around.
That's funny. We've never been to a protest.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I guess
saw it. I did see it on the news, though.
I think I remember
It's a
seeing that same
Wonderful
problem.
Life is isekai.
Someone who looked a lot like me, I remember, like, threw with a lacrosse bat, like, it just sent gas right back at them. It was really cool. She was really sexy. I wish that could have been me.
Good diversion.
But yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, so, like, it is one of those things that can go both ways. It's, for me, like, specifically... transferring the Star Trek thing over to like Marvel comics and stuff like that, like just seeing how like that has gone culturally is just like I just feel fucking exhausted like seeing where like things go with all of that in this movie. Like this movie is good.
It's really good.
Let it be known that despite me not having a ton to say about this movie, I do think this movie is very good. This is a great comedy.
Set phasers to fun.
Also, I think there's something like where just this is another thing that is like a holdover from it being Star Trek, where it's just like by the time like this is something that is still having conventions despite it being off the air for like nearly 20 years.
Oh yeah.
The movies takes place, which is just like that wouldn't be a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Because it is like
you would have already gotten your reboot 5 years later.
or it just would have been replaced by the next thing.
Yeah.
Because
Everyone loves Picard.
yeah, because of just like the commodification of all this stuff.
Yeah, also, every like nerdy communal space has become like a sewage of IP.
Yes.
Like you can't go in the Southwest at the very least. When I was living there, you can't go to any. If you want to go to, say, like a Renaissance fair, there's going to be Whovians there and like a fucking telephone box. And it's like, this is just sweatier, hotter nerds at an unair-conditioned convention. This sucks.
Like
there's no immersion.
That's arguably the thing that I think this movie gets the most wrong in terms of fan culture is just it did not see the homogenization of nerd culture coming in the way that it did.
I don't know that any of us could have.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to fault the movie too much with it. It's just a thing to look back on and like, I see.
I mean, if we're talking 20 years ago, which is what this movie came out. This movie came out at least
27
25 years ago. Like the first 10 years after this movie came out, like, yeah, that was actually pretty spot on with how the culture was.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like it's more of a how it has aged over time is what I'm talking about, as opposed to because I mean, I've been to anime conventions that feel more like that.
Yeah.
As late as like 2010 or 2011, I was at anime conventions that felt like that, versus an anime expo where it's effectively an anime and a video game and another like all kinds of nerd shit just kind of garbled together.
Everything in real life is Fortnite, and I want to blow my head off.
You all need to stop clapping in front of the microphone.
We really do.
It's fine. The
Jay
limiter
just
will
has to
take
edit
care
her
of it.
claps out.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm the one who has to edit.
I guess that's fair. Yeah.
So we all should do random claps to make
No.
No, you shouldn't do that. I do the claps. Anyways.
Classic.
I think that there's also like a fun little kind of duality there where you talk about like, say, like again, because in the beginning you see all of these like, look at these fucking loser nerds who are all like, they can't escape this universe. But then like the actual aliens who built themselves around that entire thing are like, there's survivalism there. There is, we're using this as kind of as escapism and kind of as a coping mechanism to deal with a genuinely horrid reality.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of fiction is really kind of utilized for. It really humanizes these people who like live in this world as like, oh, they need this,
Yeah,
they need these heroes. And also, nerds happen to save the day in this movie.
But the thing,
which is really funny.
The thing is, Bree, you're taking too nuanced of an approach to it, because Evie, you hinted at like the fact that like Saris and his goons are basically doing a genocide. The movie never says that. It never says.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't
It says
use the word genocide?
No, it doesn't use the word genocide.
That-
when he says like, oh yeah, you guys can go back home, it's like,
No,
well,
like this is
we're
we're
all that's left.
Yeah.
Sure. I guess
smile
more
on
what
his
I'm
face.
saying is like they don't just outright like call it a genocide.
Real
like,
fascists don't ever call it a genocide when
I'm
they
talking
genocide
about the
people.
heroes. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like because the other thing I realize is just like like I get what you're talking about, Bree, but where we are at now as a culture is that escapism has been fucking commodified entirely by capital at large.
Yes.
So like that's the reason why it's just hard for me.
Can't you forgive the jamicide? Babbo. He's the one you know.
All right, Sundry, let's check it. Do you get that
Yeah.
one?
no.
Okay. I didn't think so.
Hey, you greasy nerds, you like this hot girl with the boobies and the bodysuit from Halo? Yeah, we're going to name that after the thing that listens to you every time you talk now.
No, they did the other way around.
Other way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yes.
Cortana from Halo came first.
Yeah.
The reason
Well, that's
why
what I'm saying, is that they took the Halo
you
name.
phrased it.
Yeah, you
No, I didn't. I said you like
You
this
did,
girl from
Bree.
Halo.
you
We
can
put it-
rewind it.
Do.
Yeah, we're
We're going to name that after the thing that listens to you every time you talk now.
You said that they named her after the thing that.
No, I didn't. I said,
Bree, you
do you
did.
like this girl from here? We're going to name this
Bree,
thing
you
that
literally
No.
said that.
Okay.
I
we
didn't-
all are on the same page.
But we all get
we
get
all
what
get
you
it.
Yes, we
Yes.
get what you were trying to say. You said it wrong.
Defense contractors named after things and everything. It's evil. It sucks.
Which is
Yeah.
ironic because the only way that they were able to name the AI Cortana is after they bought the rights of Halo from
Bungie.
From Bungie.
Anyways, I feel like I'm distracting from actually talking about what happens in the movie.
let's talk about let's talk about what's in the movie.
I'm here for lore outside of the movie too. Because
Yeah.
like I know I watched this movie when it first came out in theaters, so,
Nice.
and it was a family favorite, so I watched it many a times.
Right on.
So this movie stars Tim Allen as like your
William Shatner.
as your William Shatner analog. And so this movie comes out in 1999, which is like Tim Allen at like near the height of his power. Like this is like right
Yeah.
before he kind of falls off and becomes the guy who voices Buzz Lightyear for the time.
Yeah, because it's like right before. I think his fall off is Christmas with the Cranks. I think you hit that, and then Tim Allen is out as a cultural figure.
And he's like on he does that show Last Man Standing, which he's basically still doing, I think.
I think so, yeah. Bridget, you seem like you had a thought.
Well, I mean, the biggest irony is, I would say, as I said, him playing this character is probably the most true he is to him as a human being.
Yes.
Well, to be honest, you're kind of not far from the truth, because it was very well known that that Alan Rickman and Sigourney Weaver both did not like Tim Allen in the filming of this for different reasons, but mostly because they both saw him as an actor that could not act. And it was the Mathazar zine where Mathazar is being tortured, and he has to come up and like explain, like, we're actors, we lied, we pretend, and like he actually like, you know, emotes with the character for practically the first time. And Alan Rickman, that's told that Alan Rickman told Sigourney Weaver, like, I think that's the first time he's actually acted. And it happened to be the same day that Steven Spielberg showed up on the set. He's like, wow, that man can act.
I have to say, I did feel like a switch in like his level of like delivery intensity in that moment. It really did.
Tim Allen is very much someone who has like the Adam Sandler effect, where like he is a great actor when he is put into basically a character that is him as a person. Like
basically when he's put into Uncut Gems.
Yeah, when he's put into Uncut Gems, when he's put into Punch Drunk Love, those are like the two that people point at for like Adam Sandler's like, no, this guy can actually fucking act. But
Eight Crazy Nights.
No, absolutely not. Anyways, Evie, you're going to say anything.
Yeah, part of that, sort of like, I think, like, I saw that story as well, and like part of it is that like after that scene, like Tim Allen like went to his dresser because he didn't like how doing the scene made him feel.
Yeah.
And so it's just like,
It really, like, that's why everyone was like, wow, he actually acted, because like, no, like, that's not me. That's not how I act. It's like, I'm great. But, you know, like honestly seeing Sigourney Weaver's character, which is Gwen, like seeing her kiss like Tim Allen's character, I was like, yeah, that was forced. She really did not like him.
That was maybe the most unpleasant scene in the movie.
It really was.
Like, seeing that is just like, oh, she probably really didn't want to do that.
Show me the pig monster exploding again. That was much more nice to look at.
Where an octopus makes out with a man, that is far more romantic.
That's good.
True love.
Yes.
Oh, that's not right.
Love knows no damn limits.
If anyone doesn't get the reference, I was quoting the movie.
Just in general, like,
It's a stacked cast.
yeah, this is a great cast.
It is.
So, as we mentioned before, Sigourney Weaver's in this movie. I forgot to check her filmography and like try to remember where exactly this lies in it. But this is like
Post Alien 3.
that sounds right.
Yeah.
And so, and she's very good as like as like the designated woman on the cast of a sci-fi TV show.
Very ditzy, just kind of repeats the things that the computer says.
The thing is, she's not,
And she's
but
not that,
like her character is it, and then like her repeating it's like, oh no, I'm turning into the character again. No,
Like she so doesn't know how to handle the situation that like her pure instinct is to fall into those same things.
and
Like,
she does a phenomenal job acting that way.
Oh,
That's-
yes.
like again, she acted
Alan Rickman as your Spock
British
type character.
Spock.
Yeah.
And he's
So,
phenomenal.
he's so funny in this movie.
He's
If
so
there's
good.
a pub,
He's phenomenal in like it's maybe the most genius thing about this movie is the casting, because every single person that's in that cast, I feel like probably on like a spiritual level feels the character, like directly relates to the character that they are playing.
With the exception of Tim Allen.
Yeah, with the exception of Tim Allen.
But even then, like, it matches just like as someone who's just like, who has like an incredibly massive ego, who has to like meet the moment that he has to put up.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Talking about Alan Rickman specifically.
No, his
not the
character.
I'm not talking about Tim Allen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But because you go to Alan Rickman's character and he's like this Shakespearean actor who's stuck playing like some fucking dippy doo doo like sci-fi role,
Alien guy, yeah.
and he's remembered for that. Probably similarly to how he feels about being like just Hans from like Die Hard or something like that. He's like, I've done fucking Shakespeare, man. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good, but like
To imagine the vent session that must have happened. Of like the catharsis of like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Yes. Tony Shalhoub in here, who very much feels like Tony Shalhoub has always felt like a working class actor, where he's just in there, he goes in there, hits his marks, and then he's out. And that is the exact character that he plays in this movie. And he's fucking perfect. He's the best part of this movie is Tony Shalhoub's character.
Hell yeah.
Because he misses the part where he sees that like they're terrible like tentacle monsters. So he gets transported onto the ship, and the whole time he's like stoned down in his gourd, just being like, I'm just happy everyone's having a good time.
It's a jungle out there. Oh.
Well, to that point, like if I recall correctly, Tony Shalhoub was like trying to get in the mode of this character. He just came out, and it's like after an hour, he's like, man, what if I'm just like stoned the entire time? You know?
Okay, so that is exactly what he was trying to go for. Okay,
and so like that's why you always see him with snacks and like munchies, and he's like just kind of super relaxed no matter what's going on.
Great, that's perfect.
That's great.
Because
perfect choice.
His character is, I would argue, he has the best character in this movie, because every line delivery he has is just spot on for that exact vision he had. Like it's
not caring about tentacles and just going with it.
Yeah. When he's reading off what's wrong with like the engine over the video, like
as it's exploding, people are jumping.
Yeah, they're like hanging from the rafters, falling in the background.
It's almost like acting like just walking into a scene and being like, this is happening. We need to fix that.
It almost feels like those old like Holiday Inn Express commercials where the person just like walks in and just like has no idea what to do, like about a nuclear reactor or something. It's like, oh yeah, you just push these buttons and blah blah blah. It's like, how do you know all that? It's like, oh, I got a good night's sleep at Holiday Inn Express. Like that's like the only point. It's the only thing about like. So like he just walks in. It's like, and it's almost like he remembers everything about the show, and so like it doesn't really come off as like him just like trying to like. It really does come. It's like, oh wait, what was that thing again? Oh yeah,
the brilliant sphere.
We need to get another one. They said it's cracked.
It's so funny.
At the end, when he is just like, oh, you see that how that door sticks? I'll get one of my guys up here to
WD-40.
And it's the door that shuts on the first one, not the door that opens. I always forget that.
Yeah. Sam Rockwell is the designated red shirt, basically. Or the guy who thinks he's the red shirt, so the whole time he's having an existential crisis.
Gonna die.
So before the Omega-13 goes off, did you notice one thing about his character?
No.
He's the only main character that didn't get shot.
Yeah, yes. He's the only one that did not get shot, and he's just like...
I didn't even notice that. That's such a cool thought.
That's a good...
Yeah, like the red shirt just doesn't die.
Yes. Nice. Oh my god.
Wow. Crawling under the desk and like freaking out. Red thingy moving towards the green thing. I think where the green thing
the pilot.
Laredo.
But when Kid Laredo is played by Corbin Blue, who is one of the leads of the High School Musical series.
But yeah, like that's really the thing about this movie is it just has such a good cast to it. Like it all just skyrockets every scene into being like this fun thing to sit through.
It starts out really good with just getting the ship out of the dock and like
scraping the paint on the side of the thing, like the way that everyone that's not
like,
the pilot is like
leading as if to be like,
trying to lead, like God,
no explanation as for why the wing isn't blown off, but the side of the head of the ship.
I miss when movies had jokes.
Yes.
I mean, also, like, just the physical props.
Oh yeah.
The practical effects are so fucking good. I love that pig monster.
Is great. That pig is great, and then it gets teleported in the ship, and it's inside out, and they did practical effects for that fucking thing
And it
too.
exploded.
Yeah, it's floating.
So Laredo, the character's name is Tommy, and he's played by Daryl Mitchell, who is he's basically a TV actor for the most part.
Okay, I see. But he does a great job too. It's just like the plucky, pilot.
He's the guy who was like
a child actor.
Yeah, he's like a Wesley Crusher.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because when I forget his name, but when he saw the movie,
Will Wheaton.
Yeah, thank you. My apologies.
Sorry, Will. We know you love this podcast.
Apologize
You never need to apologize.
You never need to give it to him.
Anyways, like he's said numerous times, his only regret was not being a heckler in the crowd about like how a child could not pilot a ship because like that's what he was. The entire if I recall, most of the cast and crew saw it. Jonathan Franks was among the first to see it, and he called everyone. He's like, "You have to see this movie," and just like, and then everyone's response was like, "God damn it, why wasn't I in this as an extra?"
But yeah, like
there are a lot of interesting like character actors that show up and as just like the miscellaneous aliens. Like Malthazar, the leader of them, is played by the guy who is like Veronica's dad on Veronica Mars.
Dwight.
Yes, Ray Wilson is like one of the guys.
I thought there was at least like one or two guys in there where I was like, is that
the senior requisition officer?
like there was one in there that I thought was like Bill Hader, but I was like, I feel like this is
Bill Hader's not in there. There's a guy who I thought was BJ Novak, but no, he's not that guy. Sorry to Patrick Breen. I thought you were BJ Novak. Laliari, the alien who hooks up with Tony Shalhoub, is Missy Pyle, who is in just a lot of miscellaneous things.
I see.
Still, it's like phenomenal movie, especially for the time that it came out.
Yes, like great practical effects in that movie, great casting in that movie.
Doesn't overstay its welcome.
No, yes, it's a solid hour and 40. It gets in, it gets out. That's what you need in a comedy. You just do that.
Aliens act like the Coneheads.
They do kind of act like the Coneheads.
They do, but the bit is good, especially when like their language translator just kind of like breaks down and they make those noises like
Oh no, like when they're laughing is like they can't like vocalize it, so like that's all they're doing is like
God,
I mean, the way that like everything turns once Saris like captures the ship is like really well done, to the point that I like honestly, when you have that exchange between what's his name, like Quellic and Alan Rickman's character, where like they're working together to free some of the aliens stuck on the ship.
The Mokhtar chant strength. And it's like, sure, whatever.
Yeah, and then, you know, somewhere in the process, Quaylick gets shot, and he's like on his deathbed, and fucking Alan Rickman hits him with like his catchphrase that he is throughout the whole movie.
He's
just
like, I will not fucking
I will
say
not
that.
say that bullshit. And in this moment, he delivers it in like the most earnest Shakespearean way that he
knows
can.
he has to send it.
Says it with his whole pussy.
And it honestly nearly made me well up, where it's just like, that's acting.
Yeah.
That's good shit there.
Yeah. God. Yeah, that was like...
Rest in peace, Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
God.
God.
Wish you... I fucking miss you, man.
Real shame the last thing you became overly associated with, but you were good.
Yeah.
Oh, he wouldn't have stand for that.
Oh, no, yeah.
Well, I can't speak on the man's
we can't
behalf.
speak
He, at the end of the day, he's dead. And, can only mourn the loss of his talents.
Yeah. He was a good actor.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that they cut out, or not behind the scenes, but there's a lot of like clips about his character because they modeled everything on the ship to match the anatomy or the supposed anatomy. So like him having to eat like cockroaches and millipedes in this soup of just like, I'm just not gonna eat anything. And then what they cut out was like, here is your bed, and it was Quillick like in like taking him to his room and everything, like being like just getting that bonding moment type of thing.
Yeah.
And it's a bed that's just like raised spikes. He's like, I admit, it took me a few years to figure out how to sleep on this, but now I sleep on it and I get the best night of my sleep. It's like, okay,
bed of needles.
Where's the bathroom? It's pretty much this anime like probing chair.
Oh my god.
And it's just like,
Oh, my lord.
like his character of just being like screwed in the sense of like he was this British actor that did a lot of stuff and then he got stuck in this shitty role and then he has to say this dumb line over and over and over again.
And now he's being cosmically punished even more so by the whims of fate.
But like also like the last time he pseudo says the line is during the ribbon cutting event for that one paid event where he actually has to say the line. That's his only thing he has to say.
Like he just wants to like load a gun and put it in his mouth.
It's just like the depressed robot from Hitchhikers of the Galaxy just shows up in that moment. If I grab those, how am I to say things?
Like, if anything, that's maybe the one thing that makes me a little bit sad is it feels too much like they're channeling the character that Alan Rickman always plays in major movies of just like the exhausted British man.
But
he's
great
so well.
He's
great at it though. It's the thing.
He's so well.
He's British.
Kevin McDonald from Cruise of the Hall shows up at the end.
To introduce everyone after they crash land into this convention center and definitely kill like a dozen people in the process. Justin Long as like
a
the
teenage.
Oh my god.
Such a young Justin Long. Like, holy shit.
Just the worst.
Just coming in clutch with all the
those
info.
characters so much. Just the fucking comic book nerds from like The Simpsons. Like
them effectively telling them how to get through a raid.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 14, See, you want to not stand on the part that's flashing glowing lights. that's gonna explode and wipe your party.
Speaking of the Crushers, like Sigourney Weaver, like I was in the theater when like that line was actually delivered.
Yeah.
And then they dubbed it over for the movie release, and they should have kept the original line because it was so like nope.
Yeah, you can tell that she says fuck that. Like you see her mouth and she's like fuck that, and then she says screw that.
The line in the movie was, well, fuck that.
Yeah.
It's like, this episode was badly written. Why is this even here? This has no point.
The punchline of effectively like the way that her character more and more like becomes like the sex appeal of the movie. Like over the course of this adventure. It's kind of gross, but it's also like, God, Sigourney Weaver is so fucking hot.
It's not just that, it's like it really does stay true to the character of like they would be like this would be happening if the show was continuing. This is what would have been happening to her character, and there's really nothing she could have done.
We adopted this show as our culture, including the misogyny.
Oh my word.
But I actually don't know how much more I have to say about this movie.
Like, I know Tim Allen was, like, the main character, and it's like, oh, yeah, he's the one that carried it. It's like, no, it was, like, the rest of the cast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Great
everyone
ensemble
else that
cast.
does it. Like the one good bit he has is when they like stick him on the planet and he's stuck fighting like the
Pig thing,
the
yeah.
pig thing. That part's great.
Everyone else actually acted.
Yes. It's all you have to deal with Tim Allen there is just him waving his jacket at the thing on a monitor. Meanwhile,
Eventually he
everyone
takes his shirt off. He's just like, I don't want to see that.
yeah, especially since you can tell that he probably actually worked out for that. Like, he knew he was gonna take his shirt off. He was like,
Pratt.
oh, I gotta fucking do some benching. It's just like, fuck off.
That's right. They should do the Santa Claus 4 and have Chris Pratt and Tim Allen.
Have Chris Pratt kill Tim Allen and then become the new Santa.
Just him being drunk or like hungover and like not really fully understanding the situation and just like throwing everything at
Motherfucker
him.
lives in a like open glass house.
Well, it's like supposed to be like above Hollywood.
Yeah, like a Hollywood Hills fucking.
Fair. Like, what kind of place?
Have you seen those homes up there?
Yeah, like
They're
real
really
shit.
like that.
Yeah, like here's the thrill. I know that you live where the ground be flat before, but listen, like the way that Hollywood works is everyone. This is what the aspiration of a capitalist is supposed to be. You're supposed to
Naked in a
imagine.
glass
Yes,
house?
hold on. You're supposed to imagine that you have a brand new treadmill in your giant house made of windows with a perfect view of everything, while you're staying fit in your healthy lifestyle, living above everyone and every possible resource that needs to be convenient to a human being. So you can sit there, get drunk, and depressed. That's basically the goal of capitalism.
With the CRV.
Yeah, with a CRV. So, you know, sorry, a CRT.
CRT, yeah.
You need to have that beautiful 23-inch CRT that he has, which probably now, being that famous, is the only way to afford that now because of its resurgence. And it's funny because now they're all old because they haven't made new ones of them.
Like Pete has in the Goofy movie.
They haven't made new CRTs, so you know you gotta spend more money on old CRTs because they've become a fad now. So you can't even like just buy old technology. And I just want to play I want to play Amplitude, man. I want to play fucking video games with music games. Like, you know, I can't.
The input lag kills.
Yeah.
You adjust it.
It didn't work for me.
We have modern technology.
What part of the conversation did I walk back into?
We went from the realistic Hollywood home to the CRT, and then Bree went on.
Yeah, Bree lamenting that she can't play Amplitude. I understand.
Yeah.
I would also like to play Amplitude.
Yeah. I actually genuinely don't have anything else to say.
What was your favorite line? Like, what was the line
My
that like
favorite
really
line?
that really either stuck with you or made you laugh your ass off?
He's British.
I mean, that
was the last one.
that was the last one. It's not so much an individual line, but it's probably the scene where Tony Shalhoub is talking to them from the exploding engine room. Like it's that, or when they all get beamed in and you just have them all standing there like they are like just they're witnessing cosmic horrors for the first time, and none of them can say anything for like 2 straight minutes,
Just
and then
showing
Sam
pure
Rockwell
horror.
just lets out this primordial scream from his lungs. And then after that, Tony Shalhoub gets zapped in, and he's just like,
that's the whole thing.
Yeah, after they've corrected their image, so he doesn't know.
yeah, like
I'm just happy to be.
That was a
Like-
hell of a thing.
yeah, like those are like my 3 moments from the movie that are like, there's no particular line. It's just those 3 jokes are like
The setup,
Beautiful.
the delivery.
there was one setup and payoff that I wanted to talk about that was pretty good because it's separated by like a couple of minutes of stuff happening, which is when like they finally like get the one up on like Ceres's goons and eject a couple of them from the ship, and you get like a few moments of like those guys are just gone, like you're not thinking about it, and then you get like back in
splat.
you get back in
Splats on the
Ceres's
window.
ship and splats into the window. That's a good payoff. That's a good setup payoff.
That is really good. I really enjoyed when they went to get the new reactor core and they ended up, Tim Allen has to fight the giant rock monster from, like, I was thinking the same thing you were when you said that, from, like, the Zelda game, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Like, this rock monster comes together, I'm like, oh, that's where they got it.
Yeah. There's a good chance that
That's just a golem.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. It is just a golem.
But it's...
it's fantasy. It's isekai. It works.
Oh, speaking of isekai, so, yeah, since you don't know, apparently, Martian successor Nadesco, which came out in 1996.
Yeah.
FYI. It's an anime about people going to space to fight aliens. However, it turns out those aliens have been watching our 80s cartoons and modeled their entire world in existence off of that 80s cartoon. So that's why I was making that comparison, because in that show, it turns out, like, it's late into the show. Spoilers for a 1996 show.
I hope y'all watch that.
Well, you really shouldn't need to watch this. But,
it's no charge man Ken, but, you know, it's
I mean, Nadesco was really popular. It was not charge man.
Nadesco is popular enough that she can name drop it, and I'm not like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
are
there's
you
a reason
about?
why somebody called somebody, what is it, the Ruri, who is the white-haired little girl from that, is unfortunately a staple of anime ever since she appeared.
Yeah, I could see that.
Anyways, we can't get hung up on that for too long. Basically, you're saying that Galaxy Quest was not the first thing to do pop culture galactically influences things. Because also consider, Futurama does that too.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know. Just like, a lot of the stuff just like...
Yeah, what's your favorite bit, you think?
I really did like the part what basically just like Tony Shalhoub was so on fire in this movie. Just like I liked that line about the doors being stuck. That's pretty good. The Crusher scene is also very funny. And just like I think the bit about the kid not being able to help at a moment because he had to take out the trash.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Bree, how about you?
But he said 10 minutes, and it wasn't even 8 minutes because the countdown timer was going the entire time.
Yeah, that actually reminds me also, like, it does play reference to, like, you know, the other common, you know, nerdery thing where it's like the people who indulge in this shit know way more about it than the people who were actually making the damn thing because of that level of obsession, so they have to refer to them. I thought that was cute. But yeah, no, I mean, I agree. Like the scenes we already mentioned, the teleporter scene, you know, the practical effects on like the pig and stuff like that. Like I love.
What's your favorite bit?
My favorite bit? Fuck. I mean, it's
favorite bit, line, joke.
Fuck.
Scene.
I don't know.
The bit where Laredo's trying to pilot the ship for the first time and like scratches the paint, that was pretty fun.
I think it is just the evil alien hitting the fucking like the front of the ship, just like hit, like almost going off at like the windshield. Just like you said, Jay, it's a good setup and payoff, and that was very comical but fit perfectly well in it. I loved it.
Bridget, do you have a favorite bit?
Oh, I like the Tony...
Face the microphone! What are you doing?
Tony...
We're recording
Tony
a podcast
Soprano... I like the Tony Soprano parts. The Shalhoub.
What?
And...
What are you talking about? She's saying Tony Soprano because she forgot Tony Shalhoub for a brief moment.
And my favorite other bit is, you know, when they first come in and it's just the tentacle things and they're like fucking terrified.
Listen, in this house, that captain was a hero.
You know, Quasimodo predicted all of this. Sundry, what was your favorite bit, you think?
I mean... I've always liked the line where Sigourney Weaver says, fuck that.
That dub over
it's
is
simple
beautiful.
but effective.
It is like the most simple but effective, and it just sucks that it got dubbed over. I think probably the best scene is with Quillick dying and with Alan Rickman's character.
Yeah.
Just saying, like, because it is like, oh, I actually, like, feel for what the cast and crew are going through right now.
Yeah.
And it brings you in. But Sam Rockwell just being, like, a fan that is an extra and just realizing, oh no, I am the extra for the entire movie. I'm just like, I'm gonna die on the ship.
It's
Oh
such
no,
a
I'm
good
gonna
bit.
die on the ground.
Yeah.
The part towards the end
I
where
just-
he like tries to take a heroic suicide mission, and Tony Shalhoub just has to be like, no,
don't kill yourself.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
we got a simple answer here.
Yeah.
It's the simple things in life that matter.
But yeah, Sam Rockwell's like meltdown on the shuttle is very.
It's great.
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell doing a lot of heavy lifting in this movie. You sound like you had a thing to say.
Oh, I
Bridget.
just said mommy.
Oh, mommy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he does cry for mommy a few times.
While he's holding Sigourney Weaver's hands.
I mean, who hasn't held her hands and not thought, Mommy, Mommy?
Anyways,
Are we there yet?
Yeah.
Evie, final thoughts on, because I feel like we're at final thoughts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well.
I think so. Yeah, this was like a very fun movie.
Yeah.
I'm glad I finally watched it for real.
Yeah.
It's definitely like I think it holds up as a comedy. Like they
do drop a R word in
Yeah.
there towards the beginning.
but it was like the people saying it were clearly being assholes.
Yeah.
Which is like I guess that's the best you could hope for.
Yeah.
For a movie in 1990.
Yeah, they're not glorified in any way. Like,
But still holds up. Fun movie.
Yeah.
It's good.
Sundry, your final thoughts on Galaxy Quest?
I mean, after seeing it again, it's like, I'm very surprised that all the CGI and everything still holds up.
it's
Like,
really good for the time.
for the time, and like also how they use practical effects more than the CGI in order to really get stuff. And like even the rock monsters, like, yeah, it's not the best, but like it gets the message across, and at
Yeah,
that
I mean,
point
it's
you're
a
not
pile
really
of rocks.
caring.
That's the thing. The rock monster, I think, arguably is the best looking CGI in the movie because it's just a like moving
Yeah.
thing of rocks.
Yeah.
Like,
The little freaks don't look too bad either.
I think
the freaks are okay.
I think like the CGI being dated really helps the movie a lot
Sure.
because it just ends up looking like CGI that you would see on a TV show.
Yeah.
yeah. Bridget, final thoughts.
I thought it was, enjoyable. I never felt like it was dragging on, which is a good feeling for a comedy.
Really, any movie, but especially a comedy.
Yeah.
Well paced, yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have to do a time check like in Freddy Got Fingered.
Or Umumusame, or
Yes.
another, or certain movies where you're like, how?
Bakemonogatari.
Fuck.
The last
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good lord.
Kizumonogatari, please.
one. Whatever.
Same
Or
thing.
Lord of the Rings.
No, we didn't have to
Lord
do
of the
a time
Rings,
check.
really?
on
I was
Lord.
surprised how much I really
We
enjoyed
didn't
that.
watch the director's cut,
Oh,
so
okay.
Oh, that
that
helped,
probably
yeah.
helped. My final thoughts, it's basically what everyone else said. Like, it's a pretty good
Skull
comedy
Fist.
that is aged relatively well for, I didn't even hear what she said, a 1999 comedy. Bree, as the person picking the next movie, what are your final thoughts?
This was a lot of fun. It's definitely one of those cultural artifacts that I'd like, especially being in nerd circles, I'd heard about, I'd known existed, but I didn't know anything about it, and I'd never seen anything from it, and I was really excited to check it out. So I enjoyed this a lot. This was really fun. I think for what this is, it aged pretty damn well. It was really funny. I would watch this again, honestly. I enjoyed my time. This was really funny. It's a good comedy, and I see why a lot of people loved it.
For sure. Would you care to explain to us how you're going to be having us watch Ishtar next?
Well, initially...
Was I right?
Hold on a minute. Initially, I was thinking what I might do. Originally, when I was talking to Sundry about this, she recommended there is a direct line from here to another depressed Alan Rickman. If we were to go to, if I had chosen, to go over to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Sure.
However, I figure that's too much. There's too much comparison. We're going to be watching another kind of dry humor,
I would not
sci-fi.
compare those two movies, personally.
Well, it's a sci-fi dry humor sort of situation where it's like, whatever, that's fine. However, the Galaxy Quest, the home video mastering colorist, goes by the name Richard Garibaldi, also happened to be the home video mastering colorist on another little film. Hey, Jay.
I don't feel like that should count.
Oh, it does, though. It's a
Cast and
credit.
crew.
Yeah,
That's true.
I mean, if Bridget's going to constantly use the Japanese voice actor, I think this is everyone plays a part in the opera. There's a little movie.
I like that you're
other...
targeting me when you were saying. I fucking knew it. I knew she was gonna make us watch Ishtar. Okay.
Listen, I've listened to a lot of different people, a lot of different video essayists talk about this being one of the worst movies ever. I want to experience the crud. I want to know. So I would like to pick it apart and have a look at it. So that's what we're doing next.
Violence.
Violence.
I was talking about the violence cycle.
Oh no, it's
I
happening.
was talking about it.
You initiated it!
Yeah, I did.
Why do you say, oh no?
Why are you
could
yelling
have
at me?
not done this! But you pulled the trigger!
I'm just curious.
I mean, if we're just watching Ishtar, that ain't bad.
It's a 4.5 on IMDb.
Look, hun,
I guess that could be worse.
all I'm saying,
Could be the
hun,
Anya movie.
if you think Ishtar is some sort of
Talk
bad
about
thing,
violence.
I have far worse ammo stored.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
not-
say, Bree, are you with this choice initiating a violence arc?
I'm not meaning to. I am.
Okay,
I want to say I am
That's
genuinely. Yes, I am
I needed to
genuinely.
make sure.
Yes, I am genuinely curious to see this movie that is renowned as being horrible because everyone. I've heard several people talk about it, so I'm like, well, now I'm curious. This thing has been dangled over my head of like this. Oh yeah, it's like this terrible movie. Yes, specifically, we heard like Red Letter Media talk about it, but I've seen a couple people address
They
it
never
lightly.
even really talked about it. They just kept alluding to the movie.
So we
They
can
kept
do that.
playing the trailer.
And so I became engrossed in it, and I'm like, I need to know what this thing is now. Like, I want to see this old crappy movie.
what else?
I just want to see. I want to see it. I got too fucking curious. So this is not an act of. It would be an act of violence if I'd seen it, hated it, and went, I'm going to force y'all to watch it. This is purely an act of curiosity. I want to see what this movie is.
Yeah, I mean, what is the podcast for if not to encourage us to
branch out.
see new things?
Yeah, Jay, you've said that people should have to like get in touch with challenging media that doesn't immediately reach their particular.
Don't you turn
And
my
so
words against me.
I feel like having to go through this. even
Bitch,
though
I will
it's
make
not
us watch
exactly-
Solo if you're going to try and cite things like that. that is indicating violence.
I
to
don't
me.
think this is going to trigger your traumas. Okay.
I'm gonna put faith on you to steer us back, because
No, yeah, that's the thing.
otherwise I will pick violence. And let me tell you, I have not talked about the actual bad.
No, Bridget,
Yeah.
I know,
I know.
Bridget, I know my position. That's why I'm trying to clarify if this is violence or not.
Yeah.
Because if it is violence, then I'm going to strap it. I'm going to fucking put the
She's
seatbelt
gonna be
on.
like blood and guts.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the seatbelt on, scream blood and guts, and pass it to Bridget and be like, God, take the wheel. Where are we going from
I want to
here?
say on the record, hold on, let me speak for myself. I want to say on the record, this is not an act of violence. I'm not trying to start a bad movie war. This is genuine curiosity. If I wanted to send you a horrible fucking movie, I would just say, let's watch Tarzoon Shame of the Jungle. Let's watch like one of the weird like fucking like, who did like Fritz the Cat? One of those like weirdly kind of racist.
Ralph
Yeah,
Bakshi.
Yeah, sure,
one of those movies.
actually, let's do Ralph Bakshi. I'm
Yeah,
perfectly
don't
fine
threaten
with
me-
that.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Whatever. The point is, there are horrid, just terrible fucking films that I know. If I wanted to pick a
I don't
film,
think Fritz the Cat
that-
is considered a horror.
Please listen to me. If I wanted to pick a film that was meant to hurt everyone, I've got so much shit you don't even know about. I could rip out of here, and don't make me pull it on the next rotation because I'm putting it on recording. This was not an act of violence. This is not what I just.
You're threatening
I
us
want
all
to see
right
something
now.
in the realm of film. You're not listening to me.
violence.
This is the court of law, and you are
called
just
it-
deflecting the question.
You called it a challenge. You specifically said this is a challenging piece of media.
I said that as a joke because everyone balked at it so fucking hard. I'm not trying to start a war here. I could do that if I wanted. That's not what I'm trying to
Ishtar's
do.
good. We don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't seen it, and I want to see Ishtar.
Maybe
This
everyone
is
else
a
is
podcast
wrong.
about discovery, about seeing art and judging it for what it is on its face value, and I'm trying to do that.
How you doing over there, Sundry?
Oh, the joys of being a guest.
Yeah. Sundry, everybody. And I just... But yeah, we're watching Ishtar. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Bree, can people find you on the internet?
They absolutely can. You can find me and my brand new VTuber model over on Twitch at twitch.tv/EasyBreezyTV. That's EazyBreezyTV. You can also find me at vgen.co/Asnesbo and look at all the stuff I draw. I draw some cool stuff. I draw some anime style stuff. I draw some hentai. I can draw everything. You need something drawn? You need some branding? You need something done? I got
Fair
you
enough
covered.
to draw farts, maybe.
Bridget,
I'm not going to draw that.
Bridget, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at
Look at the fucking microphone! You're on a podcast!
twitch.tv.
This is what I have to deal with on a bi-weekly basis.
And you're being a good top.
twitch.tv/Sasquatchulus, where I'll be streaming all sorts of fun stuff. How about 2001, a multimedia odyssey coming soon tonight, maybe?
Sundry, would you care to
Well, when
disclose
this
where...
comes out, actually, but
You've got stuff to promote.
Not yet, because like I don't even know what the podcast name is. I don't know where it's.
No. I mean, you have a product.
Oh, that stuff? Oh no, I'm not even pursuing that at this point anymore.
Oh.
I was going to say, Sundry, would you like to disclose to unknown strangers on the internet where they can find you on the internet?
I mean, no.
You know, we can stop it.
No. It's, honestly, like I don't keep up with social media. I don't really post anything. I just kind of use it for perusing and kind of seeing where my friends are and what they're doing.
That's the right way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't try to promote anything, and my name is unique enough. You can find me.
Okay.
Evie, can people find you on the internet?
No, but I'm just glad everybody's having a good time.
People can find me on the internet, but I'm not going to tell them where they can find me. But I will tell them where to find the podcast. That's putitontheList.bsky.social, putitontheList.neoseas.org, youtube.com at Wife City Productions.
I just looked at the waveform.
Yeah. Anywhere major podcasts are sold, email us at wifecitygaming@gmail.com. Engage with us on social media if you want to. I don't give a shit. I'm just happy everyone's having a good time.
I like how Bree invites a guest on and is just like, anyways, here's a grenade.
Yeah,
Hey, she doesn't have to watch it.
yeah, she does not have to watch Ishtar.
No, I don't, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of being a guest.
Yeah.
You got to sit here and watch a great comedy, talk about it for an hour and a half, and you're like,
Yeah,
okay,
Bree
I'm
watched that
gone.
and was
Deuces.
I was like, I wish to blow myself up.
Anyways,
But yeah, and also for the podcast stuff and all that other stuff, like don't message me about any information. I'm not a medical doctor. I can't tell you what to do with all your
Yeah.
medical stuff. Like this is based on loose research, and I am just a N of one study that we are often looking to explore.
It's all experimental at
Yeah.
this point.
So yeah, no one at me on that.
Yeah.
anyways,
Just
bye
like
everyone.
Saga,
Thank
it's
you
quack
for listening.
experience.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.
What we view's connected by cast or crew deciding the next film, that's the gist. Put it on the list.